Hey friends, welcome back to Sunday School here at First United Methodist Church. Man, we are so glad that all of you are joining us this morning. Today we're reading a story from the New Testament. Remember, the New Testament, those are the 27 books at the end of the Bible that tell the story of Jesus' life and ministry, the birth of the early church, the coming of the Holy Spirit, and so much more. This story is from the Gospel of John. There's 4 Gospels. Remember, that word gospel means good news, and the 4 Gospels tell the good news of the life and death of Jesus Christ. Can we say the 4 books together? I bet y'all can do it. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. This story is from John chapter 6, verses 1 through 14. It's called Jesus Feeds the 5,000 People. And it's also in your Spark Story Bible, so make sure you get a Spark Bible so you can follow along. It was a beautiful sunny day as Jesus and his disciples crossed the Sea of Galilee in a boat with white sails. Jesus had been healing sick people, and many more people of all ages came to see him that day. Maybe they could hear more of Jesus' stories or see him show God's power through another miracle. When Jesus saw the large crowd of men and women and children, he asked his friend Philip, "How are we going to get enough food to feed all these people?" Philip answered, "I could work for 6 months and not earn enough money to buy food for all these men, women, and children." The disciples didn't know what to do. Just then, Andrew pointed to a young child and said, "Here's a boy who has 5 small loaves of bread and 2 fish. It is something, but is certainly not enough food for all these people." The boy looked very nervous, and he said in a small voice, "Jesus, please take my food if you think it will help." Jesus took the 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish that the boy offered, and he asked his friends, the disciples, to have the crowd sit down. About 5,000 people sat in the grassy meadow by the lake that day. After Jesus gave thanks to God, he blessed the 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. He shared the food with all of the people who were there that day. All 5,000 people ate until they were full. Then Jesus said, "Now let's gather up all the leftovers." And you know what? There were enough leftover pieces of bread to fill 12 large baskets. More loaves and fishes left over than the boy had given to Jesus. The disciples shook their heads in disbelief as they struggled to pick up the baskets heavy with food. The people saw the full baskets of leftovers and began to understand that something extraordinary had just happened. Another miracle. Jesus smiled as he heard the people say, "God must have sent Jesus to us." It was a day that the boy, the disciples, and all of the people would never forget. Guys, I love this story because I love the faith of this boy who gave up his lunch to Jesus, and Jesus took it and blessed it and gave it to 5,000 people. It reminds me that everybody has a gift. Sometimes we think we're too young, or sometimes we think we're not talented enough, or sometimes we think we're not old enough or tall enough or pretty enough or whatever enough. Sometimes we feel like we can't throw a ball good enough, but we are enough. And all of us have a gift that God has given us. And when we give that gift back to God, when we're willing to share what we have, when we're willing to look at our lives and see just the amazing ways that God has blessed us and give those blessings back to others, then God takes it and he multiplies it and he does so much more with it than we could ever imagine. Guys, you're not too young to serve Jesus. All of you have a gift, a special talent that makes you uniquely you. If you spend your whole life trying to be like somebody else, then you're robbing the world of the awesome you that God created you to be. So just like this boy in this story, recognize that you have a gift. offer it up to Jesus. Say, Jesus, I want to use my gift and my life to serve you. And then watch as Jesus does amazing things in the world through you. Guys, I hope you have an awesome week at school, and I'll see you back right here next week. Bye, friends.
I feel it in the air right now. It's all around, I see it everywhere. It's the power, yeah, God's power. It's the power to move any star. It's the power to heal your broken heart. It's the power, yeah, God's power. So don't hold back, no, don't hold still. 'Cause God is here and He is real. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now freeze. And everybody clap your hands. Now stop. I feel it in the air right now. It's all around, I see it everywhere. It's the power, yeah, God's power. It's the power to move any star. It's the power to heal your broken heart. It's the power, yeah, God's power. So don't hold back, no, don't hold still. God is here and He is real. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. Let's do it all again right now. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 jumps back, but you better look back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now freeze. And everybody clap your